Hello, Tasneem here. In this video I'm going to share some tips and techniques about stamping and how to make this feather as you can see in this card. So let's get started with the feather. First I have here a white cardstock and I'm going to ink it up with Distress ink. So I use a sponge applicator and go ahead in a circular motion with low pressure and ink up the white cardstock. I don't need too much because my feather is going to be fairly light. So that's about it. Next, normally I would draw a feather on the paper, but I already drew a feather on the vellum. So first I drew on one side, then I traced it on the back, and then I'll place it here, and once I trace it on top, the graphite will transfer to my paper. I usually just go over it again with pencil. And then I cut it out with my scissors. I already cut out a feather that I did before. Next what I'm going to do is draw a white line for the stem of the feather, the white gel pen. Now once that is done, I'm going to simply use my microchip scissors and cut the fringes with very small gap in between. Oops. And you just continue on like this until you reach the end, and you repeat on the other side. And that's how you make a feather. Next I'm going to show how I'm going to clean my surface. How I stamped this background. So I used the stripe stamp from W+9 Country Charm set, and I used my Fiskars rectangular block. What I do is I align the bottom edge of my stamp, not the polymer but the stamped image, with one of the white lines. So I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, and then I'll stamp this in yellow. You stamp here. So for the next line, what I will do is, so I'm holding the stamp, the block in the same manner as I did before. I'll align the top white line with the bottom edge of the previously stamped image. It's helpful if you look on it directly from top, and then you stamp, and you see that I have almost the same width as the stamp. I'll do one more. So like this. Let's do one more. And there you go. Next I'm going to show how I stamp the background in this card. For this technique you're going to need two shades of the same color, a lighter shade and a darker shade. Here I have a light blue and dark blue. First you're going to ink the stamp with the lighter ink. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then spray this once with water. I'm using a mini mister. Oops. Okay. And stamp. Then I hold the stamp image in position And next I'll ink the stamp with a darker blue. And take a tissue and splotch it in randomly. Just take off some of the ink. Then I'll spray this like twice with water. And then stamp. See, because you get this shades of dark and light blue. It gives it a nice depth. I'm gonna go ahead and do this again. So first stamp with the light blue, spray with water. Now I'm only spraying with water because I want a watercolor look, but you can try this without the water spray. Okay, once again spray with water. That's good. If you want to try it without water, here's a card that I made before. I used a Stampin' Up! Flower stamp, and since it has a lot of details, it looks really good with the two colors. You get a lot of depth. I use the same colors in this one too, light blue and dark blue. So this is without water spray. And this one is with water spray. I wanted to get a watercolor look. That's it. Thanks for watching.